Hey, what's up, guys? Sunday afternoon, I'm warming some lunch, and I'm gonna show y'all how it goes out here in Utange, Mombasa. Technically suburb, but it's not like suburb, it's a village. Beautiful area. Let me show you the spot. We got a main road right over there. We got neighborhood all over here. There's a lot of private compounds over here. Apartment buildings coming up. It's a coming up area. I'm posting a video on Utange in the near future. It's very interesting history, so y'all stay tuned for that. But today we're just eating some lunch. So I should have showed you before I got it started. I got this beef and potatoes I made. What I did, it started like this. Like that. So I cooked up a batch, and I always like to cook extra so I can cook less, like I spend less time cooking, you know what I mean? So I do up my leftovers, and then you just dump it in there and you bring it to a little boil after you add some water. And I also added some more spice because spice is nice, right? So just a little cooking 101, you know, if you're making a stew out of a recipe, out of a dish that was already made, you need to add some fluid to it, some water, some more soup, unless you just want to eat it dry. Or, you know, I haven't bought a microwave for this house yet, so I can't microwave it, but it's much better to reheat over fire or electricity if you can, instead of microwaving everything. Microwaving really isn't where it's at, but microwaves are very convenient whenever you're in a hurry, or when you're alone, you live alone, or you just need to do something quickly. So now I got the kettle going. Got the kettle going right here, boiling water. We're about to make this bad boy right here. So lunch today is leftover beef and potato stew with ugali. So what I do, gas is expensive in Kenya. I'm cooking on a gas can. Let me show you that. Gas can, all right? So I'm cooking on gas. The gas is very expensive in Kenya compared to what it used to be. By American standards, it's still cheap as hell. But the reality, it's like doubled. It's almost gone up by 200%. Just in the last 3 years, something like that. So a little hack whenever you're cooking on gas or doing these kind of things, a little hack is boil your water first with your kettle. We always have kettles in Kenya because we're making bucket showers. If you don't have a regular shower, that's some people's situation here. I got a shower back here, by the way. But we also use it to heat water for drinking water, for tea, for cooking. You know, I don't take any kind of tap water as well unless it hasn't been boiled. And here in the coast, the tap water is salty in most places. So I actually use the bottled water that you saw right here. And sometimes we get the big ones. You know, in Nairobi, I got the Maji dispenser and all that. So I'm boiling my water. It just finished. I'm about to put it in the pot and make this ugali. We've done it before, let's do it again. All right, guys, I couldn't do it one-handed. It was impossible. You can't get your technique with one hand. You gotta hang on to it here. So, it's looking good. It's looking very good. And by the way, before you laugh at me, I know you're gonna laugh at me, but this is a small ugali. Again, I'm just eating a quick lunch. I'm about to go out. So we got the beef stew ready. Ugali's looking really delicious. And it does look like mashed potatoes, Americans. It does look like mashed potatoes, but it's definitely not. So, yeah. Right now, it's stirred up really good. So I'm just kind of letting it sit so it cooks through really well. You know what I mean? It's already mixed up nicely. So we're gonna let that sit for 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute. I'll start whipping it up again, and then we're ready to go. All right, guys, I'm just listening to it, and it's really starting to sizzle a little bit. So that means it's really getting cooked up. Yes. So I've noticed with the nice ugalis, the way I like them is when it starts to stick to the pot, when it starts to scorch, burn to the pot, not burn black, but when it starts to really cook onto the pot and become crusty, that's when I feel like it's looking good. So it's sizzling right now. It's building up that light brown crust on the inside. Let me show it to you. And then I increased the heat kidogo. This cooker's very hot, so I was cooking it on low. So let me show you the crust real quick. You see that? It's time to bring it out. It's time to bring it out. Okay. Like I was just saying, this cooker's very hot. So it's right on the edge of burning. But it's not burnt, it's delicious, it's looking really good. So let's see how it came out. I'm gonna dump it on the plate. I'll dump it on the dish so y'all can see how it came out, all right? All right, guys, the standard operating procedure. As soon as you finish, just put some water in there because all of that is very cooked on. It's very scorched. So you want to add some water and you come back, even within 30 minutes, it's going to wipe right out of there. So you guys, who wants to taste my ugali? I think it looks all right. All right, you guys, we're gonna plate it up. So, ugali's a simple one. Cut it in a few pieces here. Cut it in a few pieces here. And we're just gonna dump it on the plate, like so. Looks good to me. And I'm giving the beef stew just like a little quick reheat. But I know that's good enough already, so. Good scooping spoon. We use this one a lot in Kenya. It's simple and cheap. Nice, lovely handmade wooden spoon. How about that? We're gonna bless the food with this nice spoon here. Alright. Drop the stew. Drop the stew on them. Keep it nice and wet. It also makes the ugali nice and wet. There you go. Just so you know, this is finger food. So that's how we're gonna eat it. Alright, karibuni lunch. Oh yeah, I cooked this beef on the Jiko, and goodness. It's like, you Americans, it's like roast. When you roast a brisket in a crock pot for many hours. It's soft like that. It has a bit of the same flavors. I cook it on the Jiko and I just boil the hell out of it. I just make sure it cooks for a long time. I boil it with black pepper, usually garlic powder or something like that, or fresh garlic. That's a tasty dish right there. The food's a little bit hot, so I'm struggling a little bit with the heat. It'll cool down in a minute and I'll be finishing up. So, hey man, karibuni lunch. Appreciate y'all watching. Peace and love.